And we ask that the teams unmute so that we can hear the consultation. I ask Rachel to mute now. And she's muted. Okay. Look, we have two of the very best teams in the tournament here. You don't need any help or advice or rules from me. You know what you're doing. So let's just go. Big smile, big energy. Let's have a good time. We got two great competitors here. First category, 1 to 5 points. It's the biggest in area. It's the biggest in area. I will give you 3 things. You are enjoined to give us the biggest in area. Okay? For 1 point, San Bernardino County, Los Angeles County, San Francisco County. San Bernardino County, Russell. You have to unmute, sir. You still have to unmute. Apparently, I was too sanguine.
San Bernardino.
Yes, that is right. Apparently, I was too sanguine about the team's facility with the process. Okay, but we got to have Russell's camera back.
Yeah.
You got your point, but now we need your camera.
It's not on?
No.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay, now we're good.
Sorry, guys. It's like,
Let me
the first
explain the TPT to you. No, here we go. Okay, it's the biggest in area for 2. Hey, Russell, you have to mute now, you see. Yeah, very good. Okay, here we go. It's the biggest in area for 2. Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland. Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland. Rachel?
Scotland.
By a considerable amount. That's correct for 2 points. The red team's on the board. This is a good category. For 3. Coral Sea, Black Sea, Aral Sea. Coral Sea, Black Sea, Aral Sea. Time. Nobody want to buzz in. Anybody want to take a guess for a giggle? No points involved?
Coral?
Black Sea?
Black Sea?
No, the Coral Sea.
Coral.
Really?
Coral is half the South Pacific. Yeah, absolutely. Coral Sea. Okay. For 4 points. Everybody muted? I hear. John, you have to mute. Okay. For 4 points. Negev Desert, Gobi Desert, Kalahari Desert. Negev Desert. John.
The Gobi.
Gobi is the biggest, correct, for 4 points. And finally, for 5 points. Corsica, Sardinia, Malta. Corsica, Russell?
Sardinia.
Say again?
Sardinia.
Sardinia is right for 5 points. Okay. Next category, I need some space. I need some space for 1 point. The first photo of this heavenly body was a daguerreotype made by John William Draper around 1839. The first photo of this heavenly body was a daguerreotype made by John William Draper. Stuart?
The moon?
The moon is right. I was a triple stumper on the show, surprisingly. But it was the moon. Why didn't they call it a draperotype? Why a daguerreotype or a draperotype? Anyway, for 2 points. I need some space. The orbit of this now most distant planet in the solar system is almost exactly circular. The orbit of this now most distant planet in the solar system is almost exactly circular. Rebecca.
Neptune.
Neptune is the one, correct. Pluto's out of orbit, out of the running. For 3 points. The air pump, the hair, and the northern crown are lesser known these. The air pump, Stuart?
Constellations?
They are constellations, the air pump. I mean, I thought that was a joke, but constellations is correct for 3 points. For 4 points. A satellite, aptly named for this Greek god, mapped the surface topology of the ocean. A satellite, aptly, John.
Poseidon.
Poseidon is correct. And it was quite an adventure. Finally, for 5 points. If you were the 4th Mercury astronaut in space, you'd be him. If you were the 4th Mercury astronaut in space, you'd be him. Time. Nobody wants to take a guess, huh?
Carpenter?
Scott Carpenter was right. No points involved, Rebecca, but you would have gotten them. Yes. It was Scott Carpenter, triple stumper on the show. Okay. Next, USA Tour. USA Tour. For 1 point. Here's a twist. At the end of the Snyders of Hanover tour, you get 2 free bags of these. Rochelle.
Pretzels?
Pretzels is right for 1 point. USA Tour for 2. Drop by the U.S. Astronaut Hall of Fame during your visit to this Florida facility, KSC. Rochelle?
Cape Canaveral?
Incorrect. A break for the red team. I'll give the entire clue. Drop by the U.S. Astronaut Hall of Fame during your visit to this Florida facility, KSC for short.
Kennedy Space Center.
Yeah. Kennedy Space Center.
We're going to go with Kennedy Space Center. Oh, sorry, Lauren, you're captain. No, you're I thought we were like duking it out. Lauren.
We argued about this before. So Kennedy Space Center, final answer.
That's right. Kennedy Space Center. So a little aggressive there, missed that for short, but that's plenty of more points to go. Here we go for 3 points. Okay. At a factory and museum in Eden, New York, you'll learn the history of the toy instrument heard here. Stuart.
The kazoo?
Is correct. You don't know the amount of time it took to work out that audio clue, but we did. Very well done. I'm glad somebody got it. Okay, back to USA Tour for 4. FYI, your tour of this government building at 320 West Colfax Avenue in Denver is absolutely free. FYI, Rebecca?
The Mint.
The U.S. Mint is correct for 4 points. For 5 points, if tractors are your thing, visit this company's pavilion in Moline, Illinois, or its tractor works in Iowa. John.
John Deere. Nothing runs like it.
John Deere is right for 5 points. And at the end of the first half of the first round, we're in a virtual tie. The Honeymooners 18, wrong answer, Pathologies 17. Told you this was going to be a good match. Here we go, with our next category, food stuff. Food stuff. For 1 point. The wild variety of this grain is actually a type of marsh grass native to the Great Lakes region. The wild variety of this grain, Rebecca?
Rice.
Wild rice is correct for 1 point. Tying it up. Food stuff for 2. Hostess filed for bankruptcy protection despite selling 36 million packages of this spongy snack. Stuart.
Twinkies.
Twinkies is right in 2011 alone. For 3 points, food stuff. An informal dinner can have proper settings with a dinner plate under a salad plate under this plate named for a food. An informal dinner can have proper settings with a dinner plate under a salad plate under this plate named for a food. Time. Take a guess, no points?
A fruit
Appetizer.
plate?
Bread.
Appetizer.
No, it's the butter plate. The butter plate. It says here they would have accepted dessert plate as well, although I don't know. The dessert plate should be on top of the other two, but the butter plate would come first. Okay, no harm, no foul. We go on to food stuff for 4. This type of roast has good, in quotes, PR. At Black Angus, it's seasoned, seared, and slowly roasted. This type of roast has good, Rebecca?
Prime rib.
That's the PR, all right. I love me some prime rib. That's correct for 4 points. Finally, for 5 points. In 2005, South Korean scientists cured a few chickens of avian flu using this, sometimes called Korean sauerkraut. John.
Kimchi.
Kimchi is right. Kimchi. And that narrows the gap, but the red team is still in the lead by 1 point as we go into internet slang. Internet slang for 1 point. Rochelle, you have to mute. Internet slang. Okay, here we go for 1 point. If you want privacy, do it BCD. Behind these. Rebecca.
Behind closed doors.
Correct for 1 point. Behind closed doors. Internet slang for 2. CWOT stands for a complete one of these. CWOT. BJ.
Waste of time.
Waste of time is right for 2 points. And that ties it up. Well done, Brendan. For 3 points. EBCAC, EBCAK, is error between chair and this. EBCAC, EBCAK, is error between chair and Rebecca?
Keyboard.
Sure, keyboard is the K.
I am out.
Nicely done. Thank you for doing that on mic so that everybody could hear it, because we always need a moment of that. Thank you. For 4 points. You said it with TWITA. That's what these 3 words. You said it, John.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm talking about is correct for 4 points. Honeymooners pulls it to a 1 point lead and 5 points. Oh, I didn't know this one. A variation on LOL is LQTM, laughing this way. A variation on LOL is LQTM, laughing this way. John? You have to unmute, my friend.
Sorry. Quietly to myself.
Is right.
Very quiet.
5 points. Laughing quiet. I've never seen that acronym, but that is correct. Laughing quietly to myself. Okay, our final category in the first round is anti-heroes or anti-heroes. Anti-heroes. For 1 point, this Clint Eastwood anti-hero says he got his nickname because he gets every dirty job that comes along. Brandon.
Dirty Harry.
Dirty Harry is right for 1 point. Anti-heroes for 2. Snake Plissken was a bad, bad man in his first feature film appearance. Escape from Here. Stuart.
Escape from New York.
Escape from New York is right. Kurt Russell is Snake Plissken. For 3 points. In the movie Watchmen, Jackie Earle Haley played this anti-hero whose mask looked like, John?
Rorschach.
Rorschach, swirling ink. Triple stumper on the show for 3 points. For 4 points. A verb suffices as the title of this 2011 film with Ryan Gosling as a stuntman with a penchant for violence. Stuart?
Drive.
That's the verb, drive. Nicholas, what's his name? Refn, Winding Refn. Finally, for 5 points. Perhaps the archetypal film antihero is this De Niro Taxi Driver. John?
Travis Bickle.
Travis Bickle is right. And at the end of the first round, we have a virtual tie and no possibility of a tie. Honeymooners odd score 43, wrong answer Pathologies even score 34. Both teams want to crank it up as we go into our second round where the points are doubled and everything can really change. our first category. Colorful lyrics from colorful songs. Colorful lyrics from colorful songs for 2 points. So we sailed onto the sun till we found a sea of green, and we lived beneath the waves. Stuart,
Yellow Submarine.
that's the colorful song for 2 points. Yellow Submarine. Colorful lyrics from colorful songs for 4.
Hey,
We have to
Bob.
Clear the
Yeah,
buzzer.
we got, my buzzer didn't work on the last one, so I don't know if can I just try it again?
Yep.
Okay, it's working again. Sorry.
Okay, good.
Hey,
For 4
Bob.
points. Yes,
I think I'm just slow. Do you mind if I test mine as well?
please do.
Thank you.
We gotta reset it though.
All right, thanks.
Okay, very good. Reset the buzzer. Okay, here we go. Colorful lyrics from colorful songs for 4 points. Violets are blue. Sugar is sweet, my love, but not as sweet as you. Violets are blue. Sugar is sweet, my love, but not as sweet as you. John.
Roses are red.
Roses are red, my love.
Bobby Vinton.
Violets are blue. That's right, but not as sweet as you, John, and that's 4 points. For 6
I'm sorry, I think I missed the granting points for the Yellow Submarine answer. Which team was that supposed to go to?
The red team got Yellow Submarines. That should be 36-47. Yep, I believe that's correct. Okay. Colorful lyrics for colorful songs, 6 points. And the Red Queen's off with her head. Remember what the Dormouse said. And the Red Queen's off with her head. Remember what the Rachel.
White Rabbit.
White Rabbit is right for 6 points. Nicely done, Rach. For 8 points. We have some buzzer lag. It seems like it's taking a while for the buzzer to reset. You okay, Tom?
Yeah, I don't know if it's on my side or if it's on the server side, but
All right, I'll just keep an eye on it. I don't want to go unless we're clear.
It's faster on the mobile than it is on the screen.
Oh, okay. Okay, here we go for 8 points. Colorful lyrics from colorful songs. I'm not a present for your friends to open. This boy's too young to be singing the blues. So goodbye. I'm not, Rebecca?
Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road. I
Yellow
also had to
Brick-
tap like 8 times.
Yellow Brick Road. And yeah, and it did pay off. Okay. You'll have to take it up with the Cabal's tech committee.
Can I do a quick recheck?
Of course.
It's like it's showing up on my mini buzzer. I'm using a PC buzzer. It's showing up on my buzzer right away. It's just not showing up on the screen.
Yeah, which would lead me to believe it's Tom's connection in some way, because if it's showing up for you all right away, that
No, it's just showing. It's showing up on the mobile version right away.
that's what I'm saying. So Tom's lag in his screen share is the issue, not the buzzer itself.
Oh, I see.
So
Well, as long as it's blocking out everybody else. The
yeah,
person
I don't think there's a timing issue in the buzzer itself. I think it's just a timing issue in Bob seeing it here on the screen.
So if you see your name pop up on this, don't keep buzzing. It'll show up eventually.
Correct.
That wouldn't stop Rebecca. She's going to keep buzzing, by God, till her name comes up or she knows the reason why. Okay. All right. Back to colorful lyrics from colorful songs for 10. Here we go. Gold Coast slave ship bound for cotton fields, sold in a market. John?
Down in New Orleans, it's Brown Sugar.
Brown Sugar is the song, correct. And the Honeymooners vaults back into the lead again.
And that was the 10-pointer, right?
That was the 10-pointer. They would vault into the lead. And there they go. There they go. Okay, here we go. Next. Oh, this should be interesting. For 2 points. Yeah, I'm still seeing 10 up on the screen. Has it switched to 2 for all of you? All right, 2. Almost Forgotten Wars. Almost Forgotten Wars for 2 points. Somebody is not muted. John, you're not muted. You all are veterans. You should have this down pat by now. Good grief. Okay, here we go for 2 points. After a hard-fought World Cup qualifier, in 1969, El Salvador and Honduras fought a brief war named for this sport. Russell?
Soccer.
The soccer war is right. Almost forgotten. I never knew it, but that's right for 2 points. For 4 points. In 1859, Britain and this country faced off in the abortive Pig War near Vancouver Island. The pig was the only casualty. In 1859, Britain and this country. Rebecca?
Canada.
Incorrect. Break for the blue team. I'll repeat it. In 1859, Britain and this country faced off in the abortive Pig War near Vancouver Island. The pig was the only casualty.
Guys, any candidates? I mean, if we're talking about Vancouver, who could they be fighting in 1850? Who could Britain be fighting in 1859 in Vancouver? It's either going to be us or Russia.
Well, where's Vancouver Island?
Yeah, are we assuming it's in Canada?
Because there's a Vancouver, Washington State also.
I don't think we guess.
Yeah,
I don't have
neither
an answer.
All right.
Okay, we're going to pass.
Final
Okay.
answer.
John, as captain, if you were going to guess, what would you have guessed?
I would have guessed the U.S.
And that would have been right. But it was a triple stumper on the show, so no harm, no foul. Okay. All right, we're all muted and we go. We're learning something in this category. Almost Forgotten Wars for 6 points. The bloodless 1839 Honey War helped establish the boundary between Iowa and this southern neighbor. The bloodless 1839 Honey War helped establish the boundary between Iowa and this southern neighbor. Rebecca?
Missouri.
Is right for 6 points. Missouri, nicely done.
Point of question. I buzzed in twice. Once I was wrong. Am I out?
You buzzed in on, yes, you are out of this category. Okay. Yeah. For 8 points. It's heating up. Warships rammed fishing boats in the 1975 to 76 Cod War between Britain and this usually peaceful Atlantic neighbor. Warships rammed fishing boats. John?
That was Iceland, and it was followed by the Cod Peace, was it not?
No, it was Switzerland. No, you're right. It is Iceland, and they did follow it with the Cod Peace. You are correct for 8 points. For 10 points, Spain and Britain fought the inconclusive, oh, wait a minute, reset the buzzer? Okay. Spain and Britain fought the inconclusive War of this British captain's ear in the 1740s. Spain and Britain fought the inconclusive War of this British captain's ear in the 1740s. John?
That was the War of Jenkins' Ear.
Robert
That's the only
Jenkins.
thing I know about.
Correct. The War of Jenkins' Ear. That's the only one in this whole category that I knew going in. Okay. Third category, painters and paintings. Painters and paintings. For 2 points. Commissioned by the Spanish government, this monumental Picasso work measures 11 feet by 25 feet. Brandon?
Guernica?
Guernica is right for 2 points. Painters and paintings for 4. At his death in 1857, he left behind an unfinished mural for the National Palace on the history of Mexico. At his death in 1957, he left behind an unfinished mural for the National Palace. Rochelle?
Diego Rivera?
Is right for 4 points. Diego Rivera. Well done.
There is a huge lag.
I don't know what to say.
On the app itself or on the screen share?
Yeah, sorry, it must be my connection. I'm trying to shut down everything. But I think the score should be correct.
Did the Honeymooners get their 4 points? They did, says Lauren, who has a vested interest in their not getting their 4 points, but okay.
It was 79 and now it's 83, so that's
Okay. Well, that's good math by even GRE standards. Okay, let's carry on. We'll worry about lags later on. Look at it this way. Everybody's under the same lag problems, and we'll just, do what we can. We just factor it in. It's all for fun anyway. For 6 points. Painters and painting. Canaletto was famous for his paintings of Venice, including a regatta on this grand waterway. Canaletto, John?
The canal, Grand Canal.
Regatta on the Grand Canal is correct for 6 points. For 8 points. Around the same time as that earring painting, he also did Woman with a Pearl Necklace. Around the same time, Rachel.
Vermeer.
Hans Vermeer is correct for 8 points. For 10 points in Painters and Painting. Dubbed one of les trois grandes dames of Impressionism, this American painter born in Pennsylvania lived most of her life in Paris and befriended Degas. Dubbed one of les Rochelle.
Marie Cassatt.
Mary Cassatt is correct for 10 points. At the end of the first round, the Honeymooners are starting to run away with it, 99-60. Red team, you've got 3 more categories. You can kick it up and make it tighter. The first category to do that with is 11-letter words. 11-letter words. Rochelle, you have to mute.
Yeah, sorry.
11-letter words. For 2 points. Your partner who is on trial with you. Your partner who is on trial with you. Whoop, we lost the scoreboard altogether.
Sorry.
Scoreboard.
Rochelle Bosden.
Rochelle?
Co-defendant.
Co-defendant is the 11-letter word, correct. See, when we get the scoreboard back, you'll get 2 points. Until then, I have a knock-knock joke. Knock, knock.
Who's there, Bob?
There.
Ah,
Who?
Who?
Werewolves of London. Okay.
There's no better way to pass the time.
I got a few more, should we have other lags like that. Okay. Feel free to pass that one along, but pay it forward. Here we go for 4 points. 11-letter words, remember, is the category. The quality of thanklessness. The quality of thanklessness. Rachel.
Ingratitude.
Is the correct. Ingratitude for 4 points. Oh, there's Rebecca. Okay. For 6 points. Lunulae are the pale crescent-shaped areas found at the base of these body parts. Lunulae are the pale crescent-shaped areas found at the base of these body parts. Rebecca.
Fingernails.
That is the 11-letter word, fingernails. A triple stumper on the show, Rebecca. Well done. For 8 points. 11-letter words. From the Latin for mother comes this word meaning to enroll in college for a degree. John?
Matriculate.
Matriculate is the 11-letter word for 8 points. Finally, for 10 points. Making sports drinks taste good, as well as have the right amount of sodium, is key. Rachel?
Electrolytes.
No, but I'll read the
I'm
whole.
so sorry, teammates.
I'll read the whole clue for the blue team. making sports drinks taste good as well as have the right amount of sodium is key to helping athletes overcome a natural reluctance to drink during exercise, a phenomenon called voluntary this.
Dehydration?
Hydration, I'm thinking.
Is dehydration 11 letters?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Are we gonna go with it?
Why
Okay,
not?
Bob, dehydration is our final answer.
And that's the correct one, yes. Nice try there. Nice try, but dehydration is correct. Okay. Next, authors' trilogies. Authors' trilogies for 2 points. Now we've lost the team names. Well, okay. All right, here we go. For 2 points. The Night trilogy of Holocaust literature. The Night trilogy. Rochelle?
Elie Wiesel.
Elie Wiesel is correct for 2 points. Authors' trilogies for 4. Torch Song trilogy for the stage. Rochelle?
Harvey Firestein.
Okay, you did your part. Now you rest out as we go for the 3. Nicely done. For 6 points, authors' trilogies. The Oresteia, first performed in 458 BC. John?
Aeschylus.
Aeschylus is the playwright, correct. For 8 points. The Erotic Sleeping Beauty trilogy. The Erotic Sleeping Beauty trilogy. Rebecca?
Anne Rice.
Anne Rice is right. Triple stumper on the show. Well done. Finally, for 10 points, the USA trilogy of the 1930s. The USA trilogy of the 1930s. John?
John Dos Passos.
John Dos Passos is correct for 10 points. Our category, you remember we ended the first round with anti-heroes. Now we have anti-heroes, A-U-N-T-I-E, anti-heroes, for 2 points. Prajapati, the aunt of this awakened one, was said to be in his religion's first group of nuns. Prajapati, Stuart?
Buddha?
The Buddha had an aunt named Prajapati. That is correct for 2 points. Anti-heroes for 4. This Beatle could have said a major influence in my life was me Aunt Mimi, who bought me a guitar for 30 pounds. This Beatle could have said a major influence in my life was me Aunt Mimi, who bought me a guitar for 30 pounds. Rachel?
I think it's going to have to be John Lennon.
John Lennon wrote In My Life, and he had the famous Aunt Mimi. For 6 points. Prior to becoming a little black dress fashionista, this French femme leaned on aunts Adrienne and Louise. Rebecca?
Coco Chanel.
Coco Chanel is right for 6 points. For 8 points. In 1928, this great aunt of Drew opened a theater named in her honor in New York City. Rochelle?
Ethel Barrymore.
Ethel Barrymore is right for 8 points. Still exists today. And finally, for the 10-point clue in Anti-Heroes. After his mother, the Countess, died, Aunt Toinette helped raise this Russian novelist. After his mother, the Countess, died, Aunt Toinette helped raise this Russian novelist. Stuart?
Dostoevsky.
Incorrect. Blue team?
I would have guessed Dostoevsky too. So if it's not him, it's probably Tolstoy.
Tolstoy is probably.
That's the other one, right?
Yeah. We're gonna say Tolstoy. Final answer.
Count Leo Tolstoy is correct. And that leaves the Honeymooners on their second honeymoon, 159 to Wrong Answer Pathology 70. Good match, everybody. We'll try and take a look at the glitches and see if we can do better, but it's hard to guess that you two teams could have done better. It was an excellent match. Tough questions. Well done, everybody.